Welcome to the Dark Zone Adventure Racing Podcast. This is your host, Brian Gatens. While Team Dark Zone Podcast Naira is out on the Endless Mountains Adventure Race course, we have given the keys to the podcast over to Rootstock Racing. So sit back and relax and enjoy their podcast coming from their race right here on the Dark Zone platform.
It's 9 a.m. Saturday morning, 49 hours before the start of the 2026 Endless Mountains Adventure Race. I'm sitting at Hexagon Bagels in North Adams, Massachusetts with Val Nordquist, who's getting ready to take on her 4th Endless and her 28th Rootstock race. Hey. Thank you very much. Val's got an everything bagel with maple salt cream cheese. Very New England. Mine is their daily special, chili fennel garlic. Very fennel. We're chatting about her plans for the day.
Together gear and food and making sure that everything works and putting together clothes and labeling everything and trying to figure out what the course is going to be with the various information that we have. There are a couple fire towers and I hope we can get one of them, especially to use out there. So my hope is for a fire tower.
This is a favorite pre-race pastime for adventure racers, studying maps of an area to try to predict where the course will take them. Every year, 2 weeks before the race, we send out a document, what we call the schematic, and it includes details about things like the order of disciplines, trek, paddle, bike, trek, paddle, and the distance estimates for each stage. Teams use this document to try to predict how they'll move through the course and pack their bags accordingly. Here's what teams know about the start of this year's race. They'll begin with a run down a small mountain. Then they'll get on the water for a 30-mile canoe. There's no elevation change on the water, which implies that they're not on a river. And along the way, along those 30 miles, they'll have 2 small trekking loops before they take off the water and get on their bikes.
30-mile paddling, the start and ends at the same elevation, limit the options. So I think we're either going to Lake George or over to Lake in New Hampshire.
This year's course we think is going to be a bit of a surprise for most folks.
This is my husband and co-race director, Brent Friedland.
We're starting up at the summit of a mountain called Mount Defiance, which is in Ticonderoga, New York. And they'll be traveling, full course folks, roughly 350 miles in a relatively linear fashion, south-southeast through Vermont and ending up in North Adams, Massachusetts.
1 week from now, almost to the day, back in North Adams and the finish line at the Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts. But that might as well be a million miles away at this point.
I'm Sheldon from Orange Lederhosen.
And I'm Patrick from Orange Lederhosen.
We came in from Kansas City, Missouri. It was a long drive, about 20 hours. We hit a lot of traffic. Basically the entire drive was nothing but construction. So it was pretty brutal. Everything is 100% dialed for us. I mean, we need to put together our bike boxes and kind of separate everything. But other than that, yeah, food's packed. Everything's ready to roll.
The last 2 weeks is just packing everything, unpacking, packing, walking around, making sure everything is where I would need it. And then I had like 2 days of doing nothing and just waiting to start the race. And I cleaned up my entire house, so I'll have a sparkling house ready to come back to when we finish. Ready to start.
I'm Merlin, and I'm racing for Bull Adventure Team. It's mixed of Estonians, Finnish guy, and Danish guy.
We joke in our sport that the hardest part of the race is getting to the start line. For Bull this year, this was particularly true.
The flight from Amsterdam to Boston got cancelled, and then we had to find a way to actually arrive to Boston, but all the flights were full, so the team got separated, so we almost all got different flights and we had to stay overnight to Amsterdam. So we arrived 1 day later than we planned, and of course our luggage didn't come. Luckily our bikes arrived, but not the bags, so we are out of gear, but it seems that there are so many nice people in the US, so we managed to get everything what we need. It was quite stressful, yes, but I think we managed to put everything together.
Hi, I'm Karen Clark of Team Points. And I'm Delvina Hambling, also with 2 Points. I was totally good until we got here into the parking lot and saw everybody doing things. I was like, oh no, now it begins. I was up till 3 a.m. on Thursday packing because that's how I roll. So now I need to unpack everything and repack it because if I don't physically see it right before the race, it doesn't exist. And that's terrifying. But physically, I think we're good.
We did do an REI stop on the way.
We did an REI stop on the way and a Goodwill stop.
I decided it was going to be colder and wetter than we planned, so I bought another long sleeve.
A Goodwill $5.99 shirt. It's perfect.
I'm Shane Hagerman. This year I'm racing with Charlie Roberts. We brought everything in my van, and then I brought enough for like a team of 4 because I'm packing my fears right now.
We talk about this idea of packing your fears, bringing things along as an antidote to your biggest concerns. You're worried about being hungry, so you pack a little bit more food. You worry about being cold, so you pack an extra layer. You worry about blisters, so you pack 4 pairs of socks.
It's a life perspective that a lot of people have, and I'll fall into. This one race, Raid the North Extreme, we had a horrible race and we get caught out on the glacier for days. After every race, I write down notes. So you do that, and then as an animal, right, that little lizard brain's like, we're not doing that again, so what can I do to make it different? And suddenly you end up with a van full of crap. You know, honestly, I think this race can be done on 100 hours of food, 10 pair of socks, 3 pair of tri-shorts, a pair of long pants, a couple pair of shorts, 2 short sleeve shirts, 4 long sleeve shorts, a buff, and send it. I'm gonna have 10 times that in the parking lot, and then when I'm done packing 6 hours from now, I'll have exactly what I laid out. And it's just a big circle. I think some of it is a mental thing, right? I'm addressing the fear part of it, and then I'm gonna parse it all away and end up with pragmatically and stoically, I know I need to be anyway.
Sometimes those fears become more metaphorical.
So I'm an interesting case, right?
You may recognize this voice from episode 1. This is Brian Gatens, your usual Dark Zone podcast host.
When you have sudden cardiac death like mine and you have resuscitation, and the fact that it came seemingly out of left field, you spend a large part of your life waiting for the other shoe to drop. And whenever you bump up against something that it can increase the averages of that happening, you get nervous. So even though I've been told full recovery has been made, all is good, there's always that lurking notion in the back of your head that it's coming for you. So in terms of fears, I always keep in mind that, you know, every single thing we do is a risk. And so while I'm scared going into any event, it's a bit more pointed because of the size of Endless Mountains. That being said, our entire life is risk calculation. And in my opinion, the risk is worth it, right? So we're doing that. So that would be I guess I have a lot of fears, right? That's the big fear.
Mine is just continually trying to make sure I can keep up with my teammates and not be slowing everybody down.
Here's Del and Karen again from Checkpoints.
So, and I pack it in a very small little bundle. I stuff it really far down in the pack and I don't let it out.
I think that's a fear for all of us. I don't want to let your team down, so you want to do the best that you can.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we have a pretty good team. Like, we're pretty aware of each other, and if somebody's not doing as well and taking a break if we need to and stuff like that.
The biggest reason to race all female teams, we check on each other. I did think of another fear, mosquitoes. I hate them. And last year we had a poor sleep and a bad decision of where to sleep, and the 3 hours turned into like 45 minutes broken up because of just the amount of mosquitoes. So this year I got a different idea for sleeping. My plan this year is I bought the world's smallest, lightest, tiniest umbrella and a mosquito net that you hang from a limb that spreads out over you. But I'm not gonna hang it on the limb, I'm just gonna deploy the umbrella, put my head in it and lay that over it.
Survival skill.
I don't know, it could be the world's worst idea, but I'm willing to try. My longest employment is as a wilderness survival instructor with Indiana University. Steve and I have been teaching that course for 22 years, because they get 2 college credits for learning how to go out and play in the woods.
The last team roster to come together for this year's Endless Mountains was Mercators, comprised of Una Hall, Scott Cox, Mary Chandler, and David Grabiner.
I'm David Grabner, and we're Team Mercators.
I'm Una Hall. Scott called me up and he was really enthusiastic about racing Endless, and I really wanted to race Endless because I haven't done it yet. So we joined forces, and then he left me on my own to find teammates. And Mary was on the top of our list, so I called her first. And then we had a fourth teammate that was on board early, but he had other commitments that came up last minute. And then we scrambled for
2 weeks ago.
Well,
Did you hear Una pause just there?
I knew a little bit earlier than that, but I was asking people and giving them a chance because, you know, people have to look at their schedules and talk to their wives and all the things that, you know, you need to consider before you leave for 7 days. David took like 1.5 seconds to decide.
My daughter, when she heard out, she was like, was everyone else sick? But yeah, it only took me like a day to be like, yeah, this is going to be a good team. I'm happy to be on it. It's a great opportunity.
Here's Scott reflecting on an experience he had racing Endless last year when he was a member of Team Vert, who you might recall from episode 1 finished second at the race.
I guess a major screw up is my biggest fear always. I haven't had a major screw up in a long time.
Losing a skewer was a major screw up. Sorry.
Wow, shots fired.
Yeah, I was trying to scrub that from memory.
Last year, I chatted with Scott's teammate Alyssa as they were sitting outside a hardware store in Rutland, Vermont, troubleshooting the Great Skewer incident.
Hey, Alyssa, where are you?
We are at the Rutland Ace Hardware. They were super nice, so definitely come visit if you're in the area because he opened early for us and he has been so nice. He's letting us use their bathroom, all the nice things for us this morning, yes.
What brought you to the hardware store in Rutland?
So we are here because one of our teammates forgot their rear skewer, and so we made it from TA1 to here by rotating through someone running with the bike and then the rest riding behind and passing it off. So the plan is Matt is trying to MacGyver something still here with like,
yeah, let's check it out.
Yeah. Basically we have some of these and then we're trying to find the nuts that thread onto it and will stay onto it nice and tight.
We got Matt and Scott here.
We think we found the problem, so that's exciting. Still day 2 and a lot of racing left to happen, so we're just trying to stay positive and make this work.
The hardware store fix held, and the team had a great rest of the race. This is the nature of multi-day adventure racing. Stuff happens to every team at every race. There are always crux decision points, moments of tribulation where a team can falter or they can push through. Sometimes it's a matter of team dynamics or grit. Other times, it's just luck.
Endless has been my white whale of adventure racing, I feel like.
Here's Scott's teammate, Mary Chandler.
This is my 4th time. The first year we had a teammate blow his knee out, and we had some struggles on some nav issues and a certain checkpoint that we approached 3 times, took a nap in the middle of, and still didn't find it. And then the second year we had maybe a nav error or 2, we got really sleepy, and we ended up 3rd, not what we wanted. And then 3rd Endless, had another teammate with an injury. Unfortunately, he suffered as long as he could. If it was a shorter Endless, I think he would have made it, but 6 days he was done. So we dropped out with 1 day to go, and so I'm excited to give it another go, and these 3 are gonna get me to the finish line. And then I quit. Then I'm done. Like in 100 teammates, I finally finished it in a good way. And then I'm retiring. I turned 50. It's over.
Mary is among the most successful and prolific adventure racers in the world. She's also known worldwide for her deep love of Mountain Dew. She's in good company here. We joke that we race so that we can eat all the junk that's in our packs. Until we get out on the race course and we realize we don't want any of the junk that's in our packs.
Oreo cookies, chips, Coke. You gotta have a Coke.
No cream pies and Cheetos and everything else that's packed up.
Rice Krispie treats, honey buns. Especially on a warm day when it's just sitting in your pack. And it's just like right out of you open the pack and it's like, ooh, it just came out of the microwave, 10 seconds and just melts in your mouth and just like in heaven for those 10 seconds. It's glorious.
Junk, a whole lot of junk.
I have a variety of junk food, but I also was like, I need something real. So I was telling Dan, I packed applesauce packs
And I was like, yeah, I packed some real food. And Dan was like, aren't we crazy that applesauce packs are like real food?
McDonald's cheeseburgers are heaven on a course starting about 12 to 36 hours in. They hit the spot, they last forever. It seems like the teammates are always, let me have a bite.
Favorite food by the time we're into day 2 is anything in his pack. Doesn't matter, because whatever I brought in, I want. We have a really good race plan based on your overview right here and making some assumptions, and then that race plan has notes and how long we estimate sections. So I will pack a food bin or bag for every little part of the race.
You can hear Shane here rifling through a stack of papers. Most teams come prepared with a detailed spreadsheet. It includes things like how long they expect each leg to take, how many calories they'll need to carry with them, where they'll sleep and when, what gear they'll need, which bin or box they want to store their shoes, their bike helmets, their precious honey buns.
There's not enough room to pack a clothing bag for each, so you just know you're going to wear the same tri-shorts for a day or 2 at a time and just be in and out of them. But probably 10 pair of socks and enough food for 100 hours. Send it.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is Cherubini Brothers AR, hailing from Philadelphia and Michigan. Barbara Niece May has been expedition racing for about a decade. For the 3 guys on the team, this is their first multi-day effort.
But we will be because we have a mandatory.
We have a mandatory gear.
Yep. In our bins.
Yep.
And we've already gone through our gear list. We have our to-do list. And so now it's the
We allocated 2 hours maybe for maps. So John, we're not going to micromanage any trekking on this tomorrow morning, right? Yeah. We're going to deal with that.
Wayne Leake is at the race from Toronto, Canada, serving as the event's official referee. Each race in the Adventure Racing World Series has a ref on site to be available in the event of penalties or disputes. Our goal is for Wayne to be incredibly bored this week in his capacity as referee so that we can keep him busy helping with on-site media.
All right, we are here at Endless Mountains Control, and I've been listening to this team for, God, about an hour now.
Nice. That's been an hour.
So what are you doing? You're talking through the race. You're looking at what you know. You don't have the maps
We
yet.
don't have the maps. We're finalizing what we're going to be doing at transition in a higher area. We're finalizing who's going to navigate which sections and who's going to have the punch and who's going to have the route guide. So we're just setting ourselves up.
All right, Endless Mountains, T-1
Yeah,
day,
less than 1
hours.
day.
Here with the race director, Abby Curtis. Where are we at? How's it going?
Yeah, we finished the pre-race briefing. It's about 4 o'clock, I think. Teams are loading gear, weighing boxes. Our incredible logistics team is making sure everything gets in the right pile, ultimately in the right truck, ultimately to the right place on the course. The pre-race frenzy lasts late into the night on Sunday. Racers have until 9 p.m. to weigh their gear and hand it off to race staff. Then it's time to wind down. There's one final sleep before the big show. At 6 a.m. on Monday, racers board buses to take them from headquarters in North Adams to the start location of the race, the summit of Mount Defiance, overlooking Fort Ticonderoga in New York.
Oh, you're much better than that bus. They don't sleep up there. Have a great ride. Have a great day.
If I call your names and you tell me if you're here, okay. Over the mountain. Why wait?
For the second year in a row, Anna Stewart, racing with Team Grit, is kicking off the race with a bang.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
3, 2.
The 4th edition of the Endless Mountains Adventure Race has begun. Keep an eye on this feed for episodes throughout the week. Next up, Lake Champlain, Fort Ticonderoga, and paddling into the descending darkness. It's go time.